Oh shit, right.
Lead. This is it. There we go.
Fornication. Fornication. Sorry. For an occasion such as this.
Yes!
I'd like to start by thanking out for half the bridesmaids for this kind words. Not enough. You know, being asked to be best man is a little bit being asked to have sex with the Queen. It's obviously a tremendous honour. Do I really want to do it?
Yes! I say yes. Yeah, of course you do.
I was told the toughest of the best man duties was preparing the speech. I have to admit, going through all the material on Al was a little bit like walking through a minefield in a pair of clown shoes. My first draft was over 6 hours long. Luckily for you though, I was asked specifically not to mention ex-girlfriends. This version is close to 6 minutes. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Charlie, and I'm Al's little brother. I'd like to point out, particularly to the single women in the room, that this specifically refers to our age difference, and not in any way our physical characteristics. Well, other than the obvious, as Paul pointed out, he was the eater in the family. Okay. That was a little bit below the belt. I mean, I may be blessed with the good looks. But at least Al got the brains. As the laughter might suggest, I was being sarcastic there. Now, I'm not trying to say Al's dense, because he's clearly not. However, let's just say he was the type of kid you'd find with his head in the fridge, staring at a carton of orange juice for 5 long minutes, just because he saw the word concentrate. It's probably for these reasons that Al likes to refer to me as the golden boy of the family. Obviously, Mum and Dad have never actually admitted this to either of us. They claim not to have favourites. But I don't think it was any coincidence that his bath toys consisted of a toaster and a radio. Now, if I was making a speech about anyone else, I might worry about causing offence at this point. However, for those of you who know Al as well as I do, I think you'll agree with me, Becky. Al has the attention span of a goldfish. And by my reckoning, he's probably spent the last 3 minutes contemplating how many people the Queen has actually had sex with. Now, his lack of attentiveness became apparent to me at a very early age. I remember a time we were both in primary school, and he was caught daydreaming by the teacher, so he was probably asked the question, Alistair?
No.
No.
What's the colour of Napoleon's white horse? Now, most people, half asleep or not, would quickly realise that this is indeed a trick question. Not out. No. This leap of logic proved far too much for the man nicknamed Trigger at school. Secondly, for the minority that missed the hefty clue in the question, the next rational thing to do would be to have an educated guess. After all, horses don't come in a huge variety of colours. Al's first guess was purple. Second was orange, and his third was yellow. It truly goes to show, those who can't do, teach. Other than teaching, Al's passion has always been rugby. Often compared to Johnny Wilkinson, more due to his injury record and mangled ears. It came as no surprise to me that he found love in the treatment room. What I do find ironic though, is that despite visiting Thailand more times than Gary Glitter, I happened to find his happy ending on a massage bed at Barnes Rugby Club. Sadly though, this season injuries have gotten the better of him and he decided to hang up his boots. Working the physio camp is, his tackle's no longer hard enough. From my limited research, it's a common problem and apparently affects 20% of men between the ages of 30 and 60. The usual cause is stress though, so I don't think marriage is going to solve this problem, buddy. Okay. That's probably enough of the cheap shots aimed at my brother. To be honest, it would have been a far easier speech to write if all I had to do was stand here and sing his praises. He's been a great big brother to me, always looking out for me, getting me involved in whatever he's up to, and a true best friend. I would go on to say that he's been a great role model. But I think we all know that to be stretching the truth. And then there's Becky. Kind, warm, intelligent, beautiful, and best of all, she has a great sense of humour. Probably the single most important thing for someone who's just signed a contract to spend the rest of their life with my brother. Now, I can't finish the speech without telling the story of how these two met. Let's just say it wasn't your traditional meet and greet. The story goes that Al first managed to charm Becky at a Barnes Rugby Club fancy dress party. Al was dressed as Wolverine from X-Men, and Becky was dressed as Spider-Woman. Obvious outfit choices, a very mature and mentally advanced couple. Now, most of you here will have seen The Force of Nature, which is Al's Jellyman dance.
Yes.
So you'll be able to vividly picture this scene. Okay, I'll try that today. Wolverine shimmying across the dance floor. Hips are gyrating like Shakira. He's sweating profusely. That's how he rolls. Giving Spider-Woman the eye. I think you'll agree, it sounds a far cry from Hollywood. More like something you might find in a sordid back alley DVD shop in Thailand. Come to think of it, I do seem to remember that these DVDs have always been a source of inspiration for my impressionable brother. Anyway, you know what? They're a great match. I am actually referring to Alan Becky and not Spider-Woman and Wolverine. That would never work. I've never seen Al happier or spent time with people, or spent time with two people who have as much fun as Al and Becky. Personally, I'm thrilled about Becky being my new sister-in-law. I know my mum is extremely excited about having some more female company around the dinner table. So on that note, I'd like you all to raise your glasses to the happy couple. To Al and to Becky.
Al and Becky.
Was it off?